Hey everybody, welcome back to CryptoBytes, your daily crypto news source. This story might change the world of cryptocurrencies, knowing that the US has a big impact to the rest of the world. If you want to dig deep to what really is going to happen to Bitcoin, then watch this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so you will be updated every time we upload a new video. So, Senator Sherrod Brown of Ohio has recommended that government institutions in the United States, such as the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) and the Commodity Futures Trading Commission (CFTC), maybe explore a cryptocurrency ban. During an appearance on NBC's Meet the Press, he did admit that such a ban would be extremely tough since the crypto sector will be forced to relocate. Referring to the numerous regulators in the US, he said, quote, "We want them to do what they need to do at the same time. Maybe banning it, although banning it is very difficult because it will go offshore and who knows how that will work." End quote. The senator also cited a number of incidences to back up his assertions, including the threat to national security from Korean cybercriminals to drug trafficking and human trafficking and financing of terrorism and all the things that may come out of crypto. Brown called for a coordinated approach among several government authorities to rein in crypto earlier this month, stating in a statement that, quote, "Single regulatory agencies currently generally do not have a comprehensive view of crypto asset entities' activities," end quote. Brown, who has held a Democratic seat in Ohio since 2007, isn't the only senior member in the US government that is passionately backing stricter crypto regulation. Senator Elizabeth Warren introduced the Digital Asset Anti-Money Laundering Act earlier this month, a new measure controlling cryptocurrency. Warren's plan would attempt to force crypto asset issuers to submit audited financial statements and enforce bank-like capital requirements more in line with what is required of traditional financial institutions. The proposal would also give the SEC more regulatory authority over the asset class. Opposite to Brown's assertion, the unclear regulatory future in the US is already forcing the crypto business abroad. In a tweet, Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong stated, quote, "FTX.com was an offshore exchange not regulated by the SEC," end quote. Quote, "The problem is that the SEC failed to generate regulatory clarity here in the US. So many American investors and 95% of trading activity went offshore," end quote. Armstrong continued, adding that punishing, quote, "US companies for this makes no sense," end quote. According to a press announcement issued on December 19, cryptocurrency exchange Binance.US will pay $1.022 billion for the assets of bankrupt crypto lender Voyager Digital. Following a study of strategic alternatives, the company stated that Binance.US constituted the, quote, "highest and best bid for its assets," end quote. The $1.022 billion proposal includes the fair market value of Voyager's cryptocurrency portfolio at a future date to be decided, as well as an extra consideration of $20 million in incremental value. Quote, "The company's claims against Three Arrows Capital remain with the bankruptcy estate, and any future recovery on these and other non-release claims will be distributed to the estate's creditors. The Binance.US bid aims to return crypto to customers in kind and in accordance with court-approved disbursements and platform capabilities," end quote. The transaction is scheduled to close on April 18, 2023. Binance has agreed to pay a $10 million deposit in good faith and would reimburse Voyager for certain expenditures up to a maximum of $15 million. A hearing will be scheduled for the presiding bankruptcy court to ratify the acquisition agreement on January 5, 2023. Furthermore, the transaction is subject to a creditor vote and other standard closing conditions. In July, Voyager halted withdrawals and declared bankruptcy due to liquidity concerns caused by a $650 million debt default from failed hedge fund Three Arrows Capital. Cointelegraph earlier reported in October that struggling cryptocurrency exchange FTX US had obtained a $1.4 billion deal for Voyager's assets. The prior agreement permitted senior claims to be paid in full and unsecured creditors to recover around 72% of the value of their accounts. In a tweet on December 20, Voyager's Committee of Unsecured Creditors stated that the Binance.US bid, quote, "appears to be the best transaction at this time," end quote, but that it was still evaluating given the short time frame to evaluate the decision, having only learned of Voyager's intention to accept the bid on December 8. Grayscale Investments is considering alternatives to refund a portion of the money in its flagship Grayscale Bitcoin product if the Securities and Exchange Commission rejects its spot Bitcoin exchange traded fund, according to an investor letter. One alternative is to offer tender for up to 20% of outstanding GBTC shares, which are now trading at a 49% discount to net asset value, the letter added. Grayscale's attempt to convert its Bitcoin trust into an ETF has been thwarted many times, with the SEC alleging a lack of regulatory supervision in a brief earlier this month. Grayscale Chief Executive Michael Sonnenshine's letter aimed to assuage shareholder worries following a difficult month in the crypto business with the bankruptcy of FTX, one of the leading exchanges. Grayscale is a sibling business to CoinDesk and is owned by the digital currency group. Grayscale did not reply quickly to a request for comment. Grayscale sued the SEC in June, only hours after the SEC denied its ETF registration, claiming that it, quote, vehemently disagreed with the SEC's decision. At least in the near term, the Grayscale news looks to be having the expected impact, with GBTC shares up 4.1% early Monday morning, while Bitcoin is around flat from Friday's close. Write your thoughts in the comment section below if you agree to Senator Brown in his statement about banning the crypto. Hope you had fun watching this video. Till next time, thank you.